Thank you, Mr President. Today I rise to contribute to the debate on my colleague Ms Crazier's document motion on the Banking and Financial Services SPC, and in doing so I want to note that I come from a union background and I'm not a lawyer. But I have had a look into this matter, and I would like to add my own contribution. A contribution which draws on my own perspective, from a worker. Ms Crozier, my colleague from Southern Metro Melbourne, has asked the House, in accordance with the Standing Orders 10.01, to require the Leader of the Government to table in the Council by 3 p.m. on Thursday the 9th of March 2023, which is tomorrow, to table the following briefs to assist the Treasurer, or from the Assistant Treasurer. 1. Banking and Financial Services State Purchase Contract Request for Tender, B20/922. 2. Mandating all Victorian Government agencies to use the new Banking and Financial Services State Purchase Contract, B201092. Cash and Banking State Purchase Contract, Deed of Variation, B201206. Cash and Banking State Purchasing Contract, B201983. Cash and Banking State Purchase Contract, B21165. And number 6, Banking and Financial Services State Purchase Contract Request for Tender Process, B211053. And finally, Banking and Services State Purchase Contract Implementation and Data Inclusion, B211073. Considering that 3 state purchase contracts have been requested, I want to particularly focus on this. It would be good to flesh this out and to understand why it is being requested, what purpose does it serve the government, and how it might benefit the House. So state purchase contracts, or SPCs, put quite simply, strengthen government procurement processes. There are several state purchases contracts across a range of goods and services. This request by my colleague Ms Crozier makes that clear. What are the benefits of these contracts? Well, they include a better value for money. This is important. From my perspective, having built a home, I know the importance value for money is. These costs must be limited to ensure taxpayers get the best value for money. We must approach governing from a perspective of budgetary accountability. State purchase contracts also ensure supply and service continuity, which is important for government departments to operate efficiently, as well as for greater transparency. This improves insurance and access for suppliers. And touching on transparency again, it ensures that the public and our partners in the private sector and more know that there are a competitive tender process. An example of the state purchase contract is the Banking and Financial Services contract, which includes Westpac, the Commonwealth Bank and the National Australia Bank. Why am I going to this? Why am I explaining this in detail? The briefs have been requested. Put simply, the government will always uphold its obligations to the Parliament to provide responses to motions whenever they are passed. I am committed to ensuring our government is accountable and transparent. I would like to acknowledge the contributions to this debate so far, as this chamber, as it is best when keeping people accountable. So I want to discuss the Banking Financial Services State Purchase Contract. The process of selecting suppliers was robust. A new and refreshed contract for the Banking and Financial Services SPC was established in October 2021. The business case for this contract was, like all other work of our government, developing the following extensive consultations with the relevant sectors. In this case, key banking services providers, key departments and key agencies. The Victorian Government Purchasing Board provides strategic oversight to achieve these aims, and I want to acknowledge the experience of this board. The Chair, Nadine Lenny, has more than 25 years' experience in procurement. She knows her stuff. So it's clear the process, which involves market testing with an open tender with both large and small banks, was invited to participate. A team ran this process and there was an independent...
Order, Mr Berger. I have to interrupt.